Da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum. What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, another special Kickstarter review. Today I'm very excited to be checking out Birds of a Feather from Nothing Sacred Games. This is for 2 to 7 players, ages I'd say about 8, 9 and up, and it'll take you about 25 to 35 minutes to play. And in Birds of a Feather, you are going to be a bird watcher, trying to see as many birds as possible, see more birds than your friend to gain delicious victory points and win the game. This is the third game from Nothing Sacred Games. Their first game, Corporate America, was one of my all-time favorite games ever, period. Their second game, Shadowthorn, which actually was just recently released, is one I enjoyed quite a bit. Can't wait to get a final copy of that. And this is their third game. Does it keep up that tradition of being awesome games? Let's open it up, see how it works. Alright then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Birds of a Feather. But as I always like to mention, this is the promotional copy I have in front of me, so take everything you see here with a grain of salt. Obviously, yours is not going to have incomplete artwork, and some other minor things might change here or there. So, in this game, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be trying to get the most points by spotting the most birds. You're going to be keeping track of that on one of these handy-dandy little score pads, or on the app slash website that they are setting up right now, which is fully functional. I'll talk about that in a minute. So first and foremost, we got our handy-dandy rule booklet. It is one page, double-sided, full color, and this is a very, very simple game to learn and to teach. You should be up and running in probably less than 5 minutes. Read through it, you'll completely understand how to play it, and you can get going in no time at all. So when everybody starts, they're going to get either a set number of cards, and it will vary depending on how many players you have, but essentially you're most of the time going to use pretty much all the cards in the deck, and then each person is either going to get their smartphone out and get to the website or the app, or get one of these handy-dandy things right here. So we'll get into the cards in a minute, but first let's take a look at this, because this is pretty much going to tell you all you need to know. There are going to be 5 different kinds of habitats out there. And they are going to be as follows. There's forests, which will be the green cards. There's oceans, which will be the blue cards. There are mountains, which will be the purple cards. There's deserts, which will be the orange ones. And yes, I know I mispronounced that. And then last but not least, you have the teal, I guess it would be. And these are going to be the wetlands. And there's going to be different kinds of birds in each of these locations that are all going to have the various different symbols. So the blue one is going to have an egg, and the green one's going to have an egg. And all of them are going to have eggs, and all of them are going to have 1 feather, 2 feathers, 3 feathers, so on and so forth. Now, what are all these stars and all the numbers and everything like that? Well, I'll explain it to you real quick. How this works is you're going to be collecting a certain amount of points for seeing all of these guys. So if you see this guy right here, you're going to get 1 point. Whereas if you see the eagle guy out there, you're going to get 2 points. Now, if you were able to complete everything in this row and get the egg, you're going to get all, which means you're going to get 3 extra bonus points for the blues. But it will be difficult. One more thing to mention is you might see the egg. You don't get any points for seeing the eggs, but if you have everything over here, but you don't have the egg, you don't get the all points, which means you have to get that egg, or you're going to have to get it. But luckily, let's look down here, there's going to be 3 of each color of egg. So there's going to be plenty of eggs for you to see. There's going to be 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. But then these are ones that are going to be a little bit more rare, because there's only going to be 1 of this card, and 1 of that card, and 1 of this card, and 1 of that card. So those are going to be a little bit more rare, and you're going to really want to try and see those when they come out. This doesn't make too much sense to you now, but it will in a second, and we'll show you how the game is played. So you're going to get your hand, you're going to look through it, it's probably going to sort it by the colors. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick out which of the cards you want to play in front of you, and we're not really going to go into the strategy too much, but it'll sort of present itself while we do it. So one thing you could do is you might say, all right, I got quite a lot of oranges, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to play this orange right here. This Raptor orange, because this is also going to probably force other people to play oranges as well, but we'll show you in a second. So you're going to play your card down, everybody else is going to pick out their cards, and you're going to lay them in the center, face down, like this. Now we're going to flip them all over, and we'll see what happens. So everybody flips. We got a purple one, we got a orange one, we got 2 orange ones, 3 orange ones. So that's really good for everybody who laid orange. So how this would work is I would mark off that I saw my raptor because I am in the desert. This card is saying that I am in the desert right now, and I saw a raptor. But in addition, I also saw the common poor will. I find that funny that the uncommon is the common poor will. And then I also saw the egg. So since I'm in the orange location, I'm going to mark off all 3 of those, which is great. Whereas this guy, he only gets to mark off his because he only has the 1 purple. And then we're going to push the cards a little bit to the center like that. And then you're going to lay down another card. Now, the important thing and the big thing to note in this game is that the next card that I lay down, I'm going to be able to see everything that's on the table. So, for instance, if I lay down this purple card, I'm not only going to see the ace, but in addition, I'm going to see this because they are both in the mountains. So we'll do that. And then the obvious choice for everybody else, well, let's see, he might do this, and he would obviously have to play orange because he needs to see some of that stuff for orange. And then this guy over here, he might be a wild card. He's just going to play a blue. And what's going to happen is everybody's going to reveal, and you're going to see everything that is in your location once again. So how this would work is I would see this ace right here, and I would also see this one. Even though it was played last round, I'm still going to see it. This guy, on the other hand, is going to see this orange, this orange. He's going to see all the oranges on the table, and this guy's only going to see his blue egg, and this guy's only going to see his green uncommon, or his teal uncommon. And then once everybody has written down what they've saw on their score sheet, we're going to boom. All these cards are gone. They are not going to come out to play. Into play. So if you did not get to see the raptor, guess what? You're not going to score all of the orange ones. Then you're going to move these forward. And then everyone is going to rinse, wash, and repeat. Keep playing cards, marking down everything that you're seeing until you only have 1 card left in your hand. When you only have 1 card left in your hand, the game is going to be over. Everyone's going to tabulate all their points on here, and the winner is going to be the person with the most points. There's also some optional rules and variants with migration and raptors, and some other various different things, but that, in a nutshell, is how Birds of a Feather is played. Alrighty then, Birds of a Feather from Nothing Sacred Games. What am I thought? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, the game's not going to be for everybody for a couple different reasons. First, if you have 2 and 3 players, you're going to have dummy hands. And I know that turns some people off. It definitely adds a lot of randomness, those 2 dummy hands, which is going to turn some people off. Me personally, I didn't mind. Me and my wife really enjoyed the 2-player version of the game, and it was good with 3 as well. But I do think the best way to play is with 4, 5, 6, 7 players, because then you have, you can actually kind of predict what everybody's going to do or what they're going to try to do, and I like that a little bit better. Also, this is a very lightweight filler game. This is absolutely a filler game. This is not a meaty game by any means, so if you're looking for a meatier experience, this one might not be for you. The last con I have about the game is that you're either going to like the theme or you're not going to like the theme. The theme's there. It's not my personal cup of tea, but the mechanics and the theme do go well together, seeing the birds and everything going away. So that's pretty cool. So, moving on to the pros, I really enjoyed this game. I liked it a lot. There's a couple main reasons why I liked it a lot. First and foremost, if the game accommodates 7 players well, I'm instantly probably going to like it because I constantly hit that number in my game group, and this one plays 6, 7, 5, all those numbers really well, which is always a big thing for me. And it's a very, very simple game to learn and to teach, which I really like. I think this is going to be a very popular game with larger families. Like if you have a family of 6, 7 people, I think this could be one that you could definitely see hitting the table quite a bit. I also like the app functionality. I didn't mention in the middle part, I mentioned that there is an app, but the app is really clean. It's really easy to use. I'm talking about the website, which I'm assuming is going to be ported into an app, but either way, the website's very easy and to use, but you do have to have a smartphone, so that might be one thing. And the little score sheets, they're perfectly serviceable, but obviously we're preferring to use with the app. Another thing I really enjoyed about the game was just how the mechanics work. I like the fact that it was like, you'd be like, oh, I really want to see this bird because I need that bird, and there's only one of those birds. But on the same line, if I play this orange card, I'm going to get to see 3 other oranges, and I only have like 2 orange cards, so you have to try and balance it out, like if you think you're going to fill it in or not. I like that quite a bit. So overall, Birds of a Feather, definitely what I enjoyed. If you're in the market for a lighter weight filler game, plays really easy, teaches really easy, check it out. It's coming to a Kickstarter near you. I'll be sure to post the Kickstarter link below. If you enjoyed this content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. And also, in the comments below, let me know, are you a bird liker, lover, watcher? Me personally, I can't stand birds. I really hate them. You know, they're one of the few pets, birds and fish. I just don't like birds and fish. They bore me to no end. We go to the zoo. It's like, okay, there's a bird. What do you freaking do? Let's go see something cool that can maul me. But what do you think about birds? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.
That was the review for Birds of a Feather. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bowers Game Corner. I don't know why I did a chicken there.